I wanted to show you guys another sweater that I picked up from Japan. You guys are thinking, how many sweaters did you buy? I bought 11 pieces, and oddly enough, I haven't shown them all to you yet. I think I only have 2 more pieces after this. This one though is a little bit itchy, so that's why I have another layer underneath. This is just an American Apparel shirt that I had from ages ago. The sweater is also a little bit sheer, so I do need to have something under it. I'm excited today because my friend and I are going to be doing our annual holiday extravaganza. I'm gonna run out and pick up a few things, and then I'm gonna try to bake cookies for our dessert tonight. We're gonna be doing dinner at her place this time around instead of going out. Thought we would change it up a bit. It's her turn this year to plan our celebration, so I have no idea what we're gonna be doing. I just know where to meet her and when, and of course I know we're having dinner at her place. She's gonna be making like a tom yum noodle soup, which I am super excited about. Super. I'm gonna be in charge of the salad and also the dessert. So I'm gonna run out and try to pick up part of the dessert, and then I'm gonna bake cookies, and that will be the second part of our dessert. We like our desserts. This is my festive holiday getup. I wear this shirt every year over the holidays and at no other point during the year. And it's really just the top because I'm still wearing my Lululemon leggings. I've got some dangly earrings too, so that's pretty festive. And I did my nails. Woohoo! I am back from the holiday extravaganza with my friend. We had a great time. I'll tell you a little more about our gift exchange this year. My friend came up with a really good idea and I loved it. I'll talk about that tomorrow. It's already pretty late. I just got home about maybe like an hour ago. It's already 12:30 and we haven't done our tea for the day. Today's tea was a rooibos. I think it was like an almond something rooibos. Smells pretty good and I like rooibos. I remember having the sweet almond green from David's Tea before and I loved it, so hopefully you like this one. Cheers. It's still really hot. I like this one. Do you like this one?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. It tastes like almond. A little bit like rooibos. Not really. It's very mild. One of those like watery teas, but I like it. It feels like it's very hydrating. It feels like it would be very thirst quenching. Good morning everyone and welcome to Vlogmas Day 21. I was just thinking the other day that I should have done this tea calendar differently. What I should have done was started opening on day 8, but opening window number 8, and then gone all the way through so the date would have matched up with the window that I was opening or the drawer that I was pulling out. And then when I got to 24, which would be Christmas Eve, I would go ahead and open day 7 on Christmas Day and do a countdown until the new year. So Boxing Day would be day 6, etc., 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 with day 1 being New Year's Eve. Ah, that would have been so much better. Anyway, since it is day 21 of Vlogmas and I'm 7 days behind on the advent calendar, we are on day 13. No, 13 is done. We're on day 14. Okay. I think they put these backwards so you could see if it's a caffeinated drink and decide whether or not to infuse it without ruining the surprise. But I like to look at it whenever I open it. So this one I can see is a fruit infusion. So if, say, I wanted caffeine in the morning, maybe I could put this back and open it later without knowing what it is. But I'm still gonna look at it now. White Cranberry Bark, tart, creamy, and decadent. First ingredient, you know what it is. It's apple. I thought I would do green tea today. It's a little bit lighter in terms of caffeine, and I feel like it would help cool me down. I feel really hot today. I also feel full still, so I was thinking maybe hubby and I could go for dim sum this morning, but I don't think that's gonna happen because it is already 11 o'clock. I like to go for dim sum really early. I like to go like 9:30-ish or 10 o'clock at the very, very latest. So it's 11 now. It's starting to get busy at dim sum. Don't really love it when it's busy. And also I'm not that hungry, so might as well just stay home. I'm gonna have a leftover oatmeal raisin cookie while I have my genmaicha. The other reason I decided to do green tea this morning is because I'm going to have a little nip of coffee, I think. Just like a small mug. These oatmeal raisin cookies are so good. I love them. They're better heated up, I think. They're good cold or room temperature, but heated up, it's just like really delicious. So I'm just gonna have a bite. So good. We're finally over our jet lag. I think we had it beat the day after the night I slept 14 hours. And now I'm back to a normal, around like 7.5 hours sleep. So that makes me feel great. I feel like I have a little bit more control and insight on what time I'll wake up in the morning. This is extremely helpful if you're booking appointments or meeting up with friends. I mean, you don't want to sleep through it, and I felt like I was at risk of sleeping through stuff. So now I feel like I have a better handle on what time I'll wake up, and that feels good. Yesterday's holiday event was so much fun. My friend had a great idea and I absolutely loved it. Her idea was to do an advent calendar. So we've done an advent calendar before. That was a few years ago. It was my turn to come up with something, and this was before I started buying advent calendars. So I was really into the whole idea of advent and I wanted to try it out, and I happened to love that holiday exchange. We did a truncated advent calendar, and I think we did from the day we met to Christmas Day. If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look back at the vlogs, but it was fun because what we did was we gave each other little presents. I mean, the totality of what we bought each other still added up to $50. But we wrapped up daily gifts, and we would open the gifts at a certain time each night and then text each other. So it was really sweet. It was like a little touch base over the holidays, and I absolutely love that. So when she said 2020 advent calendar, I was like, oh, already immediately excited. So she had several different ideas that she wanted to chat about, and what we decided on was to do an advent calendar where we each take responsibility for planning like a little treat or surprise each month, and we would alternate months. So she's planning January, I'm planning February, and then we're just alternating like that. So the activity yesterday was to find an appropriate vessel for these little gifts that we were gonna think of and put into the vessel. And it would just be like a little message, and then if we are buying each other a gift, say, or doing an activity together, we'll do it in 2020. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but it made sense to us, and maybe when I explain more, it'll make more sense. So we went to a few art supply shops and such, and originally I was thinking, you know, maybe we could do an envelope, or maybe we could do like a little box. I was thinking we could even check out the dollar store or whatnot. And she had in mind like some little bottles, so we could put like a message in a little bottle. But we went into above ground art supply shop, and the first thing we saw, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And so she looked at it and she liked it as well. So what we decided on were these little like money envelopes. I guess they're like little change purses, but they're perfect because they had so many different designs. So we each picked out 6. So these are the 6 that I picked out. So she bought my 6 and I bought her 6. So I loved all of these. They had a lot of different designs. They're just so cute. And I love animals. So a lot of these are animals or food related. Of course, this one is one of my favorite ones because it's different on the front. So it's got this like laughing cat on the front, and then at the back it just says like cat butt. So cute. And then I love this one. And then we went back to her place. We collaborated on a really nice dinner. I made one of my salads. I used the soy sesame dressing, which is so good. My friend made this really delicious tom yum noodle soup. It's Christy Teigen's recipe. It was so good. I definitely want to recreate it. Tom yum is one of my favorite flavors ever. So I happily like slurped up all the noodles and drank all the soup. It was so good. And then for dessert, I had made oatmeal raisin cookies, of course. And I also bought us cookies from Le Gourmand. The peanut butter ones are my favorite, and I've shared them with her before, and she really liked them. We had cookies and wine while we filled our little envelopes. This one is the one I'm gonna open in January. And in it, she has put either a sweet message, or maybe it's like, I'll treat you to an ice cream, or an activity we can do together, something small though. The other idea she had was to share a notebook and fill out like a journal type thing. So she said it could be anything. It could be doodles, it could be like lists, it could be anything at all, like a poem or whatever. So she's gonna have the journal for a month. She's gonna pass the journal to me. I'm gonna have it for a month, and we're just gonna pass it back and forth. And at the end of the year, we'll have this completed journal, hopefully. And it'll be nice to like see as we go too, what we've written in it. I've seen this concept with the traveler's notebook where it actually does travel. One person has it for like 2-3 days, and then they send it off to another person. That other person could be in a totally different country, speak a totally different language, and at the end there's this beautiful journal filled with things from all over the world. She also got me this beautiful holiday card. One of her coworkers' kids made these cards, and her coworker was selling them, so she bought this one and decided to gift it to me for Christmas. It's beautiful. I love it. It's absolutely stunning. And at the back it says handmade by Sheila. We just went to the locker to get our Christmas bits, so I'm wearing my Santa Claus hat. We only have a few Christmas decorations, not much at all. We've got our little tabletop tree, of course. We've got our fairy lights. There are so many fairy lights here. I'm gonna think about how to do this a little bit better this year. I've got my tree from my biological mom with the lucky stars. This is the one that I didn't break, but the one that I broke, I have all the stars here, and they're very Christmassy, so I'm gonna set them out for the holidays as well. And then we have our stockings, which are here, and I'm thinking we're gonna put them here this year. Usually we just kind of like tie them to the lamps, but not feeling it. So I think we'll try to hang these up here. And we are gonna do little stocking stuffers this year. We actually just decided we weren't gonna do anything, but I love our stockings. Everything has to actually fit in the stocking. We used to cheat with the stocking stuffers. It would like be bulging out, or we'd put it under the stocking or behind the stocking. So everything needs to fit in the stocking, nothing too excessive. So we're gonna do that this year. We don't have much time to really shop. It's only like a few days until Christmas, but at least we'll have like a little something, and we'll get to use the stockings, which is the main thing, because I love these so much. And it seems like such a waste just to have them sitting in the locker, or even like just to hang them up with nothing in them. The spirit of the stocking is to have stuff in it, and I feel like the stocking would be sad if it didn't have anything inside. I think that's about it in terms of decorations. I do have this giant Christmas bag. It's got some Christmas boxes in it that housed my Lucky Star tree and all of that good stuff. I think I'll just use this as another piece of decoration. I'm just gonna leave it right here under the stockings. And then after Christmas, we can put everything back in and just bring that down to the locker. It'll be really easy peasy. And yeah, so I'm feeling pretty festive now. We want to watch the football game. We've been following the NFL a little bit more this year. And I think we're gonna cheer for the Buffalo Bills because it's kind of a nice story. They seem really, really nice. And they're doing well, so might as well cheer them on. They are still kind of like the underdogs, but they're playing New England today, so that should be a really good game. Very excited for that. That's at 4:30, and then we're gonna watch the Leaf game at 7. I think today is just gonna be like a lazy day. I do need to get my steps in, so I'll pop out at some point. Here is what I've done with our little tree and our fairy lights. I forgot to mention that I also have these beautiful greeting cards that I'm also using as Christmas decoration or holiday decor. Kathleen gave me this one, such a beautiful card. My bestie gave me this one yesterday, and these two are from my new coworkers. Yay! A little happy place now. This was very cluttered before when I didn't have time to put stuff away, but now everything is just so, I feel much better, and this is the perfect use for the fairy lights. In previous years, I tried to wrap the entire thing around the tree, and it was just too much light, too little tree, but this is perfect. I also put up one of the stockings. I used this binder clip, which is very good for this purpose, but I can only find one large binder clip. I know I have one kicking around somewhere else, or I must have another one. So I'm gonna take a look for it, and hopefully I can find it and put up the other stocking. When I was putting stuff away, I came across this temporary tattoo that I got from work. I actually got this on the last day of the Life Stories class, and I thought, you know what? I might as well just use it now. Otherwise, I'm gonna put it away and forget about it and never actually get a chance to use it. So I decided to put it on. I haven't put on a temporary tattoo since I was little, so this is such a treat. I would never tattoo this on myself, but it's temporary. One of my favorite things to do is actually just to putter around the condo and get organized, but I do need some steps. It's a beautiful day, really warm actually, so I think I'm gonna try to take the long way around. I just have to go to Shoppers Drug Mart to pick up a few things, but since I'm out and about, I might as well try to get the majority of my steps in so I don't have to go to the gym later. I just finished at Loblaws and I'm gonna head home now and drop off some of my groceries. I think I am gonna try that tom yum noodle soup tonight, but minus the noodles. I just want to make it into a soup. So I'm gonna head to Chinatown after. One trick I like to do to get my steps up is to go to the store, go home, go to another store, go home, and then go to another store and go home. That really, really works. And it doesn't feel like you're walking a whole lot. Here's a tiny grocery haul before I head back out. Bought some shrimp as well as tofu. I was gonna put tofu in the tom yum soup tonight, but since shrimp was on sale, I bought that too, and I'll decide a little later what I want to use. Also restocked our kimchi. We're getting low again. We went through this last container super fast. I think because we were eating all those instant noodles. And then I got 4 limes and some mango juice. The mango juice is for my kombucha. I'm kind of sick of the flavor of my kombucha now, so I thought I would switch it up and actually try to make it taste good. I just bottled this kombucha yesterday. This is the second fermentation that I'm doing now, but you see all of the space at the top here. This really means that it won't carbonate very well because there's just too much air. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this kombucha with this juice, and that will get the second fermentation going. There'll be more sugar in here, so the live culture will work its magic, consume this sugar, and it should carbonate a bit better. This is really like pretty flat by the time I take it out of this jar, and it also tastes very sour because I don't put any additional sugar. So yesterday I went and I bought this. My friend tried this before and I actually forgot to ask her how it tasted. I decided to buy it to try because I was really intrigued when she bought this. It's lychee and jasmine flavored kombucha. I don't really taste, let me just quickly get a sip. Do you want to try some? It was even fizzier yesterday. Maybe I'll just give them this much. I like that it's purple too. It's really pretty. I'll drink a bit more. Do you want to finish this in the next day or two? This kombucha, it tastes delicious. There's a little bit of kombucha flavor. I do really like how fizzy it is. It tastes refreshing. It tastes kind of watery, mildly sweet, teensy tiny bit of sourness. Lychee and jasmine. I'm getting a little bit of lychee. I don't know if I'm getting a whole lot of lychee and jasmine, but I do really like this. It's very palatable. It's much more palatable than my kombucha. So I think I will start to experiment a little bit more with juice and such and see if I can find a flavor that I enjoy. I'm just going to add the juice. Oh, I love the smell of mango. So I'm sure the kombucha culture is going to be very, very happy with this additional food I'm giving it. So I'll just leave a little bit of space at the top, seal it up, check on it in a week or two. I hope it fizzes up. And then I still have about half of this, so maybe I'll make like a nice little cocktail tonight. All right, I'm gonna head back up. And I am currently at only 5,300 steps. Success! I'm so happy. I couldn't find another binder clip, but then I remembered we have these clips. These are from some photography equipment. I'm so glad we have these in the condo, and I remembered before I went out to buy something. Looks great! And I put some things in hubby's stocking. It was a very productive day. I have around 9,000 steps now, but I do have to go out one more time. It's only 4 o'clock, so I'll make it home in plenty of time for the football game. And I'm gonna get started on dinner too. I'm gonna do a side of rice so we can put the rice in the tom yum soup. I just love that combination of rice and soup, but having them separate and then putting them together. Something very comforting about that for me anyway. I'm just having another little cookie and finishing up my coffee. This is how much coffee I had today. The black coffee goes really, really well with the oatmeal raisin cookies, like perfect. Cutest dinner ever. This is basically a repeat of what we had yesterday, my friend and I made the same salad. It's in this giant bowl. And then I have the tom yum soup here. I made a few substitutions, so it doesn't look like my friend's soup. I didn't have chicken bouillon cubes, so I used beef. So that's why my soup is quite a bit darker. And this is not going to be enough soup for me. Yesterday, I drank so much of the soup. It was so delicious. Maybe I'll put the soup into here once I'm done my salad. Here we have the shrimp. I decided not to put the shrimp into the soup. What I did instead was I pan-fried the shrimp in order not to waste all of those beautiful pan drippings. I deglazed the pan with the tom yum soup, and then I put all of the drippings and all of that deglazing back into the soup. This probably isn't enough shrimp. I did 8 in each of these little bento boxes. And then under here we have the rice, and again, this won't be enough rice. Let's taste the tea. Do you want to know what it is, or you want to guess?
Let's try it first.
Cheers. It's still warm.
Is it hibiscus?
Oh, I think it's like white cranberry. After I drank it a few more times, it's okay, but it still has that artificial taste. It's white cranberry bark, tart, creamy, and decadent. There's hibiscus. Hey everyone, happy Sunday and happy Vlogmas day 22. I am currently out and about because I'm trying to get some steps in before a holiday party today. And I also want to look for some gifts for hubby for his stocking. He's actually still asleep. It's coming upon 11 a.m. But our holiday party is at 3 o'clock. So I'm gonna head to Blue Banana and see what I can pick up. Yesterday I went to Outer Layer and it was really good. I was able to find a few cute things for him, so hopefully I will be successful today as well. Here we are. I spent so long in there and I only bought one thing. I think I mentioned this before when hubby and I were in Blue Banana looking at hot sauce. The stuff in there is really overpriced, I find, or most of it is anyway. When my friend and I were buying those little pouches for our Christmas exchange, there was one that she found that I really liked, but they only had one left. And I actually found it at Blue Banana, but it was quite a bit more. So the ones we bought were on sale for just under $5, and at Blue Banana they were $6.99. There were a few other things I had in my basket, but for the price, it didn't really seem worth it. So I put it all back and I only bought the one thing. We are heading back to Spin. This time it's going to be hubby and me and our two friends. We're doing our company holiday party, even though we don't have a company. Seems like all companies go to Spin to have their corporate event. So we are going to do the same. We actually did make up a company name. So maybe we will make a company, will we? I don't know. We have to discuss. We have to discuss what our company does. Spin is so much fun. I can't wait to play. We had a wonderful holiday party. Ping pong was amazing. We actually played a bunch of games at my friend's place afterwards, which is why I'm really hoarse right now. But we are heading home now and we are going to settle in for the evening. We're not going to be able to steep the tea tonight because I'm gonna go right to bed. I actually have to do a studio visit tomorrow and a studio tour. So I'm just gonna wash my face and brush my teeth and head to bed. But I am going to steep 2 things of tea tomorrow, so today's and tomorrow's, and I will check back in a little bit later. Merry Christmas if I don't see you before the holidays. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next vlog.